It was the season of relentless rain, the year the people would later call the year of the water gods. Rivers burst their banks and swallowed farmlands whole, carrying away hot, harvest, and secrets long buried beneath the soil. The elders said the gods were restless, washing away old sins and forgotten wrongs. On one such night, Nkiruka awoke drenched in sweat. The wind battered her heart as though it meant to tear it from the earth. The door shuddered and banged, breathing in and out like a living thing. Then she heard her name. She opened the door to find the chief standing barefoot in the rain, his authority stripped away by fear. Behind him clustered men and women, villagers, strangers, faces she recognized and others she knew only from dreams. Nkiruka, the chief gasped, bowing his head. The gods are angry.
A woman from the coast, one of the pale-skinned emissaries, has lain with one of our own.
She carries a child of this land, but she's dying. We have tried every herb and every prayer. Only you can speak to the spirits for her. Nkiruka studied him for a long time. Then she said quietly, "The rain has unearthed more than mud tonight. It has awakened what should have remained asleep." As the chief spoke, the wind shifted behind her, carrying a voice meant for her alone, the murmur of the Orun, the spirit realm. "Call the sisters," said the goddess of fertility. "The blood of three shall break the curse of one." So, Nkirika sent word across land and spirit, calling a baby of the western forests, birth attendant and keeper of life, marker of the northern sounds, the healer whose roots ran deeply from desert ancestors. The storm raged for 3 days, yet on the third morning, Marka arrived. She rode a camel through the mud. In her hands she carried a gourd filled with desert herbs, powdered roots, and the breath of those who had healed before her. "The ancestors guided my steps," she said, as she entered Nkirika's dwelling. The desert spoke of a woman of rain who called for help. Before Nkirika could answer, a chant rose from the forest, low, steady, and ancient. "Aba Omolaye, Aba Omonire," the song of safe delivery. Abebi emerged from the mist, carrying a carved wooden stool, the stool of life, the calabashes of palm oil, shea butter, and sacred clay. Her presence stilled the air, her arms bore marking that told stories of birth she had guided. Some born of women, others born of spirit. The three women stood together, rain dripping from their garments. Time itself seemed to pause, as though the gods were holding their breaths. "This womb carries more than a child," Nkirika said at last. "It carries a covenant the gods wish to protect, and a curse that demands to be cleansed. None of us can do this alone." Marka inclined her head. "May the old ways help us." They formed the circle around the pale-skinned woman. Fever burned through her body. Her breath became shallow and uneven. Nkiruka placed her palm upon the woman's forehead, and the room filled with the scent of rain-soaked earth and smoke. Marka began to chant in the tongues of her forefathers, a song older than the mountains. She scattered herbs from her god. They burned with a blue flame that did not consume. Her baby spoke softly to the womb. She placed the stool of life beneath the woman's hips and anointed her belly with palm oil. "Child of the storm," she whispered, "the world waits for you. Walk the bridge of your mother's breath. Be born in peace." Their voices braided together, and Ikirika's body began to tremble. Her spirit was pulled beyond flesh and bone. Her eyes rolled white, and when she spoke, it was no longer her voice. "The water remembers," the gods intoned through her. "The cause lies in the blood carried across the sea, but mercy shall be born through pain. This child will carry both shadow and light." Thunder cracked the sky, the fire leapt, the earth groaned, then the cry came, sharp, fierce, alive. The child was born. Nkiruka collapsed to her knees, drained and paled. She will heal what has been broken. Between people, between fate, between lands. But one day, she must choose between her divine blood and her human heart. By dawn, the rain had softened into a hush. Villagers who had gathered in fear now knelt in reverence. They had seen women speak with God and pull life from the edge of death. The emissary, weak but alive, whispered through tears, "You have saved not only my child, but my faith." "Raise her gently," Nkirika said, touching her cheek. "Teach her that every breath is sacred, but you must not leave this land. Her life is bound to it." At the river bank, the final rites were performed.
Maka washed her hands with sacred herbs. Abebi poured libations for the living and the dead. Nkiruka whispered into the water, sending their words back to the heavens. "The world will forget us," she said softly. "Men will write us out of history, but our work will live on in every ila, every midwife, every prayer whispered over a birthing body." The water rippled. When the villagers looked again, the women were gone. Only distant thunder remained, slow, steady, rhythmic, like a heartbeat. And so, the story spread from southern forest to northern dews of Abebi, the birth giver, Maka, the healer, and Nkiruka, daughter of the gods. The tree who walked with the gods to bring life where death had settled.